It's late. It is heading towards about 8:30, I think, and I have actually been out all day at kids' sporting events. So that's a big part of my weekend or my Saturday. And I've just gotten home not long ago, so I'm pretty tired. My phone is pretty flat, so I've got it charging, so I can't be outside doing any qigong tonight. And I'm an absolute mess, but here I am. I'm doing my video, and today it's really just about how we can integrate a little bit of qigong into our day-to-day lives. So one of the big motivating factors around me learning Qigong and actually becoming a practitioner and a teacher was because in my main job as a massage therapist, I have a lot of strain on my body. So I was constantly kind of in pain, and I knew that wasn't sustainable, but I want to be doing this job for a really long time. So I thought, well, what can I do? And having been a yogi for a long time, I thought, well, I'd maybe do yoga teacher training. But when I found Qigong, I thought, no, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And when I then sort of started looking into Qigong and becoming a practitioner, I learnt that, Qigong is what all of the Chinese medicine practitioners practice to maintain their energy levels, to maintain the flow of qi, so that they are not giving themselves over completely to their client, that they're not exhausting themselves, and then that they're not causing problems. So it really made sense to me that as a massage therapist and as a body worker, that this modality would work really well with who I am and what I do. So the major thing that Qigong really highlighted to me was that my posture was crap. So I was putting myself in positions that weren't sustainable, and I was causing these patterns of dysfunction within my body. Being a somatic practice, Qigong, you are completely in tune with what is happening with your body. And so the more that you do it, the more you're aware of where your body's at, and how to work within the structure of Qigong, and bring that into your day to day. So for me, I was very much thinking about my body, and becoming more in tune and more sort of aware of, where it was at and what things were happening. And when I started introducing this into my practice as a massage therapist, I found that the breathing and the flow and the movement would align with a lot of the way that I was working. So I started to really incorporate it into my practice, and not actually put myself into poor postures anymore. And one of the biggest things I hear from clients is that I've got poor posture, or I sit at a desk all day. I'm down like this, my neck is down, I've got pain here. We're not designed to be sitting there like this. We're not designed to be sitting all day. We are designed to move our bodies. We really want to start bringing awareness into our day-to-day activities, our work, how we're doing stuff around the house, how we're parenting, and think, can I use my body in a smarter way? So I really went back to looking after my body, and then working with the Qigong practices and the breath work to enable my practice as a massage therapist to become better. And it's incredible how much it's changed how I've worked. I'm much more in flow now, and I use Qigong to keep me present whilst I'm with that client. That client is paying me really good money for my time. Yes, I'm massaging them, but I want to be there with them I don't want to be thinking about my shopping list or all the jobs I've got to do later. I want to be present. And Qigong helps you to really stay present in the moment instead of jumping into all of this overthinking and worrying and, stressing about all the things we have to do. It helps you just to come back to calmness. And, so in my work, I'm much more present with my clients. I breathe better and I just work better. So the invitation tonight is really, how can you bring some of these simple practices into your day to day? Even if you're just standing there, and how can we start to just bring a little bit of this in, bring a bit of that breath work in, and become present with the moment instead of absent and thinking about all the other things we have to do. So today I was out in the sun for a very long time. I was watching my daughter compete, and there's a lot of time there doing nothing really. We're watching other kids, and that's wonderful, but I just started doing a bit of Qigong. So I was standing up, so I started to do some Qigong, gentle rocking, Qi rocking backwards and forwards, and then just a little bit of the sending and receiving from side to side, and partnering that with the breath. So breathing in, rocking forward, breathing out, rocking back, or breathing in, rocking to the side, breathing out to the center, and that sort of thing. So where can you start to incorporate some of these practices into your everyday life? If you're standing in the kitchen, are you cocking your hip out? Are your shoulders slumped over? Where are we holding these patterns that we don't need to be? We don't need to be switching on muscles. We don't need to be overusing our body. We need to be aware and present of what we're doing, and how can I best use my body with the least amount of exertion and strain on it, because when we strain our bodies and overuse it, that's when we come with dysfunctional patterns. So waiting in a queue, practice some of that gentle rocking, and especially because sometimes we can get really frustrated, waiting in a long queue and trying to, kill time. Usually we're on our phones. This is an opportunity for you to not do that, to do a gentle meditation just while you're standing there. So just kicking into a little bit of chi rocking and breath work in that line. People may think you're off on another planet or something, but that's okay. It's really okay. These are just gentle things that we can start to incorporate into our lives, and start to become comfortable with them. So I've been doing, Qigong out in public all over the place. I'll just start doing and grounding myself in the car. Are you becoming overwhelmed with driving? Start to do some breathing. Introduce that rock in. You're sitting down, but you can still do the rocking forwards and backwards. So wherever there's an opportunity, I invite you to bring some of that Qigong, some of those fundamentals of Qigong into it. So think about how you're breathing. Think about how you're using your body. Think about what muscles you're activating to do the things that you're doing. Do you need to be using those muscles to do that? A classic one for me, and probably a lot of other people, is overusing my gluteal muscles. So they're just, I've always got them clenched, and it has taken a lot of, programming to tell myself, you don't actually need to be doing that. You don't need to be over engaging through your pelvic floor. Why am I turning on all these muscles when I'm actually not doing any sort of activity that requires it? So start to really become aware of your entire body, how you're getting up out of a chair, how you're getting down into a chair, and start to apply these principles to it. So that's Saturday night's Qigong. Little lesson, more so than, a practice, but there's a reason for that. Tomorrow we're down at Homestead Park at 9 a.m. Beautiful Qigong session followed by sound healing. It is a really wonderful way to start the day. You will float through your Sunday. It'll set you up from the week. It is by donation, so there's absolutely no excuse not to come. I want you there. I love doing these classes, and I'm going to live stream tomorrow's class, and we're going to have a full, beautiful session. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see you there. For now, it's good night, sleep tight, and I shall see you down at the park tomorrow. And if I don't, catch up with it online on my 31-day challenge of Qigong. I am Kristen. Peace out. I hope you have a beautiful sleep tonight.